everyone. So today I want to bring you into my classroom to see how I set my classroom up for COVID-19. First things first, my classroom is not a Pinterest perfect classroom. I don't think anybody's should be, but I think your classroom should be a place where your children feel safe and comfortable and free to be themselves. A lot of my children do come from social difficulties, and I want them to walk into my class and feel safe and feel comfortable and feel the love that's happening in this class. So I make my class a place where they can call their own. So let's take a look inside. So I'm going to be starting by my door because normally I have a banner at my door. But my banner used to be Busy Bees because I'm the B class. So my whole classroom used to be the theme Busy Bees. But every 3 years I change up my classroom just to make me feel special. I'm coming to somewhere different. And I found this amazing thing I like, Bright and Beautiful. Still be Bright and Beautiful. But what a year for me to decide to change. Because my whole thing was I was going to do my door, my banner at March holidays. But due to lockdown, I couldn't do it. So a lot of things in my class is not done due to lockdown. Normally I come in March holidays, June holidays. I was here December to set up. So I normally do that during the holidays just to change things up and to make it look a bit nicer. So let's go have a look inside. So before COVID-19, I had a welcome chart over here, but it wasn't with a mask. It wasn't COVID-19 rules. So this one I got from Little Minds at Work, Tara West. It was a freebie on hers. Then this is my groups. I got a group B, a group A and a group B. Originally my learners were split into groups of 6 and they sat at tables. Each table had a color and they got points according to their groups. But because of COVID-19 I had to change it up and I only have 2 groups, a yellow group and a green group, but it's group A and group B. Then they come in and I told them about wearing a mask. So this was also a freebie I got off from the internet. I didn't know where. It was being sent around. So I printed that off and this is something we say every morning because just to remind them with the little ones, they tend to get confused. If we go slightly over, this is where I live. This is where I sit every day. Over here, I got my positive reinforcements. So it used to be Class Dojo. And then I got this printed off. I bought this from Teachers by Teachers. And it was how to implement Class Dojo, but without doing the online Class Dojo because a lot of my parents and my learners are unable to go online. So I'll just do it, green bubbles, red bubbles, what is good behavior, what is bad behavior. Not in the sense of bad behavior, but what is not acceptable. Then I got my COVID-19 file. So this was a new addition to my class because now in this file will be my lesson plans, their temperatures, their questions that I ask every morning, my timetable, my roster, because my timetable also had to change. I got my sanitizing bottles. The one is the spray bottle that I spray my whole class with. The other one is for their hands and my toilet roll as well as my tissues as well as my wipes, but my wipes is up. Now before COVID-19, my laptop stood here all the time. I still put my laptop here, I put it on my file, but that is why my speaker is there. This sticks is where I select for children. I do random selections. Now each child in my class has a number and if I pull the stick then I call out their number and they know they would speak first or they would line up first or they would. So whatever they would have to do, they would do it with me pulling a stick. Then I have my lessons that I teach for the day or my lessons that I taught for the day. I would keep here because it's easy access. I'll put out this the day before. So when I'm leaving, I would set up ready for tomorrow what I'm going to be teaching. My stickers, and then this is my box that I love. So all my resources that I'm going to use for that day, my number cards, my word cards, I'll put in here. This is something I also got from Little Minds at Work. It's something I use all the time. That is my phonemic awareness. It's a pack I bought from Tara West. This is my charger, my hard drive, my things will be housed in there. I'll keep it in there. This is my chalk and my board. But I'd like to start on this side. So I'll give you an overview of my classroom. So I'll just do a slight overview. So this is what my classroom looks like. That is what my classroom looks like from the inside and all the way around. So that is what my classroom looks like. Okay, so let's get started. First things first, like I told you, my class was Busy Bees. So I used to have Busy Bees, my number names, my word wall, everything was Busy Bees. But this year I changed it up and went with Bright and Beautiful. So I got my sounds going across, my letters and my sounds. I added my Jollyphonics poster. So this year we started Jollyphonics. So that is the curriculum we're running on for phonics, is our Jollyphonics. So my poster got damaged and it wasn't laminated. So I cut it up into blocks and I laminated it. Then this is my word wall. I use my word wall every day. Even though some of my learners are not able to write on their own, when I'm writing on the board, I'd refer to the word wall. If they need it, they'd refer to the word wall. Underneath, we got numbers. So each child in my class has a number. When they come at the beginning of the year, according to the class list, they would have a number where they put their bags. They'll have a number where they line up. So my learners line up according to their number. So it prevents a lot of arguments of this one was first, that one is first, because everybody has assigned places in the line. Then I had to space my table so no one is in groups anymore. So they sit, my spacing is not right, but my class is quite small and I have 40 learners. So I had to space my class so that it could host 20 children. So I have 20 children coming in on one day and 20 coming in on the next day. So where you see the numbers, that is where they are sitting. But the bags are on the chair next to them because I had no place to put the extra chairs I had. So this is just how I spaced my learners. And then over here, I absolutely love this. This I got from one of my colleagues. She bought it also on Teachers by Teachers. And this is what I got from her. Absolutely love it. She made some changes. She put on South African money. So when we discuss money, they are able to know and look at that. Then we come to the back. So I love this section. This is my guided reading section. So this is where I do guided reading. One of my Jollyphonics things is housed here. This is my bookshelf. A lot of my Jollyphonics, I don't have my Jollyphonics sight words up, so I'm going to make a tree over there with my Jollyphonics words over there. Because I have my own word wall with my own sight words, I'm going to put on these sight words, Jollyphonics sight words, where Jollyphonics is. Then I wanted to show you this. So I have just a normal holder, but it holds all my flashcards, all my words, word building and things like that is being held here. I do have whiteboard markers normally in here, but my whiteboard markers are gone. So that I normally put all my flashcards on a ring, on a normal key ring. The reason for this is I can keep it all together. It's easy to flip around. Just discuss this quickly. I don't know if here's one. The formation of my letters are not all proper. So you might be alarmed that I don't have the right font. But the thing with this is I would teach my children more than one font. So I tell them there's different formations. You get that formation, you get a different formation. And that is only because I feel the more I expose them to different things, the more they'll be able to know. Because if they're going to see the A in a magazine and it's different, they might not know that it's an A. But if I've told them that is an A, but we write it this way, but that is still an A, they'll tend to know. So that is just how I feel regarding that. I do have whiteboard markers normally in here, but my whiteboard markers are gone. So that I normally put all my flashcards on a ring, on a normal key ring. The reason for this is I can keep it all together. It's easy to flip around. This idea I got on Pinterest. I don't know from who, but in Gatesville, I was shopping a lot in Gatesville and in Chinatown. I found the key rings for very cheap. I found this buckets in Gatesville also. So what is this buckets? This is my hands-on activity. So this used to normally be turned around. So my learners would come and get, once they are either done, or I would tell them you can have, on a Friday, I have Fun Friday. So my red group, they're still busy with single sounds. My orange group, they're doing the word building. My yellow group is more advanced at word building, and they are doing sight words and blends. So you'll see the different activities over there. And then these are my buckets that also host my games and my things. This is my maths toolbox. Absolutely love my maths toolbox. I use it when my learners come to the carpet, and that's hosted at the bottom. So 12 is maths and 12 is English. This I use when we come to the carpet and we work. So normally I just do my guided reading here, and I'll do my guided maths on the mat over there because my maths wall is there. That is my reading box. Absolutely love. I'm going to do a Jollyphonic, I'm going to do a YouTube video on my reading box as well as my reading over here. So you'll see I took out some of the labels, but this is for my groups, my reading groups. You'll see I still have yellow in there in bees. I took it out because I was supposed to change that. You'll see my labels on my boxes still have bees on because that used to be for my bee theme. So I thought I'll be able to change it out. So this was my maths hands-on. This box is my current projects. So any current projects that I would have in there. Then, okay, let me go through my pigeonholes. So you see my pigeonholes over here is also color coordinated, because that is where I hosted my children's DBE books, their workbooks, their Jollyphonics books. All of that used to be in there. And then when my children are in their groups, there's a leader. Every week I choose a new leader, and the leader would come and get their books. The leader would put their stationery in here. Everything would be housed here. So that is why that is there. I had to take it out now because of COVID-19, and I'll show you what I did for COVID-19. These are my posters. So you'll see my boxes over here. This is my sound boxes. I'm still needing to find place for my sound boxes, but in my sound boxes are these pictures. So the pictures come off. My children do sorting, or when I teach a phonics lesson, we paste on that and I put it up so they can see. Once it's done, I'll take it off. We sort it back in the boxes and they can do a sorting. I do my reading. So you'll see in front, I have a capital poster. That poster is also supposed to be on here, but I taught capital letters, so it's there. My reading strategies. These are my characters for my stories. So we do the doozy books. Just see if I can take out a doozy book, but I'll go through this again. So we do the doozy books. So that is my, so I put everything, I'll go into depth this when I do this. But these are our doozy books, and those are our doozy characters. So that characters, there's 5 of them, goes with that. This is my maths wall. So pre-COVID-19, I had my maths packed out here. My abacus, my scale, my shapes, my patterns would all be packed out here. But because of COVID-19, I packed it up and I put out my books. So I have a green group. So that is green group's maths and English. Everybody's Jollyphonics. My yellow group's maths and English. So I had to make labels, but it's been a hectic year. This is my Afrikaans. So that is my Afrikaans work there. Teacher. It's like Teachers Pay Teachers, but a South African version of it, where teachers make their own resources and sell it. I'm a seller also on that website. This is my Afrikaans. I absolutely love the saying that I got by Pip. There's quite a few. This I got on free on Pinterest. I absolutely love this. The most wonderful thing about this classroom is you. And then this is where I house my letters from parents, filing to mark, and extra worksheets. So this is supposed to be marked. This is booklets I gave out during lockdown, and if my children is not here. So I'll speak later a little bit about how I set up for my children that's not here. And this is the work over here that I should be marking. This is still my Afrikaans. Then over here, I got my policy file. I didn't put names on my files for the reason that, okay, all my things are falling out. I didn't put, because can you see my files are busy bees? So I wanted to change my files also to bright and beautiful, but I haven't got a chance yet. So my files are still busy bees. So I took the busy bee label off because I was going to change it. So this is my teacher portfolio, my lesson plan, my assessment, my go-to files. So these files would change every term depending on what I'm teaching, because these are things I use most of the time. This is a word building families that I bought from, I think, Tara West on Little Minds at Work, on Teachers by Teachers. I buy a lot of things in dollars for my class. You'll see this activity is very nice. This is the take-home pack. This is also a Teachers by Teachers activity file, but this is my sight word curriculum. Then this is EGRA. So I think last year, no, the year before, we were given EGRA and we told to do EGRA. So I found this from Learning at Wonderland. She has a box where she keep her testing in. So I decided to do the same. This is my EGRA box. I only go to this box for EGRA and baseline. So my baseline things was also in here. I took it out. So my EGRA, we don't have EGRA books, so I get mine printed. I normally print mine in first term so that I'm ready when second term start. I'm ready with EGRA. So I didn't get to do EGRA this year, so this I'll keep probably for next year if we're still doing EGRA. This is my testing file, my EGRA testing file. And in this box, I got this is a freebie on my shop. I got my flashcards, my sound flashcards. This I found off a local. This is my sight words. We used to do Oxford Reader, and that's why that is there. This I used the black pen because we do our EGRA in black pen. My pencil, my stickers for rewards. I got stamps in there. This used to be for my baseline when I did color shapes. So that is what I keep in here. So when I do EGRA, I just go to this file. My recording, I also keep in here. All my information, I keep in here for EGRA. These are books that I bought off Amazon. So that books I host here. That's my beginning of the year books. Before Charlie Phonics, I used to do Letterland. This is another, I love Tara West's stuff, Little Minds at Work, and the Moffat Girls. I love this. This was a kindergarten beginning of the year pack that I bought from her, which I loved. Meet the Teacher. So they get to learn about me, about my family, what I like, what I don't like. This is how to play with the Play-Doh. So my Play-Doh is hosted over there currently. But this teaches them how to play with the Play-Doh, what to do with the Play-Doh. We take for granted that our little ones coming in knows these things, but they don't. So I teach them these things at the beginning of the year. How to use your crayons, how to use pencil crayons, how to use your wax crayons, your roll-ups. I have whiteboard markers in my class. So I teach them all of those things. How to use that, how to use our PRIT. So what to do when we have PRIT and how to use it. We take for granted our children know these things. And then how to cut. So most of the time I'm cutting for them, but I teach them how to use the scissors and why scissors is important. So I absolutely love these books. I host these books here because this is my beginning of the year. This is my section, Dream Big, my Jolly Phonics certificate, my previous classes, and this I have to show you. Okay, so this house, my pencils, my sharpeners at the back, and my pencils ready sharp, need to be sharpened. This is a must-have. I absolutely love this through. I got it at Game. It was on a special, so this is my important documents. In here, I host my class list. I have a lot of copies of my class list. So I have my class list, I have my learners at risk list, and my analysis. So after every term, I do an analysis, and I record the sheet, the marks, and then I put them in groups according to their their results after that term. This is my LSEN file. No, this is my letters, so this don't belong in here. This is making great choices. Each one get a clip card. This is my exemption letters, my letters for parents to come and see me, acknowledgement letters that children are struggling, and then I got a red letter, which is a behavior letter. I only issue that letter if it's really, really important. Then this one is my learners at risk. So this is my portfolio, learners portfolio. I normally print it on green because our school is green. That is the interleaves for that. So I have a lot of copies of that because I keep extra, so I don't need to always copy or look for things. This is the important documents here. So that is my original SNA documents. Then I got a SNA that's filled in already. I got a district form if my children need to be referred to district. I got how to fill it in. I got a SBS guideline resources. I got a support plan, how to set up a support plan. Let me just check. Let me take it out for you. That is my district form. So I have extra copies of everything. That is my guidelines to how to fill out an individual support plan. I have support plans in here. I have a guideline for SBST. Where's my guideline? I can't find my guideline for SBST, but it's in there. It's probably in this pack over here. So, there's it. So I have a SBST resource and guidelines, what I need to do to fill in my SNAs. So I keep all of these documents in here. The last one is important documents that need to go to the office. So that I would put in there. Currently I have my WordWorks in there because that needs to go to the department. Over here I house, that was my learning support class list. That is my duty roster, so what duties I have and when I'm on duty. This is a must-have in my class because I'm a talker. So this is my weekly checklist. So I'll put the date in there and I'll write. So you see I was writing on here last week. What I need to copy, what I need to type, what I need to do, what meetings I need to attend, and what I need to hand in. So this is something I made myself. And then this is my afternoon, like I tell you, my afternoon routine. If I leave my class, I don't come back. I talk too much. This is how my students pack up, and this is what I do before I leave. So there's one thing I do every day before I leave, and that is clean my table. I must make sure my table is clean. Clean my desk, make sure I have my message up for tomorrow and the date is right. Then this is my table. I hardly sit at my table. This is my outbox. So you see it's very full because I have readers and things that need to go out to learners. That's my morning prayer. I say that to every morning. That is me and my husband, pictures of my learners. That is just things, I absolutely love this, the starfish story. So I love that, so that is there. So that is my table. I hardly sit at my table. This table should have been over there, but I had one learner had deregistered and learners had never come back. So I took it away so I could move that learner over. This, I'm stepping a bit further away. My cupcakes and my presents must still go on, but that is my birthday chart. The reason why I'm stepping a bit away because I have my learners' faces on there. So I absolutely love this idea. Each learner is holding the date of their birthday. But what I love about this, I saw it was on Pinterest, is that you can see the growth, especially now with COVID. I could see what they looked like the first week of school and what they look like now, and the huge difference there is. So I want to make this a bit better with adding cupcakes and presents and balloons on here to show that it's my birthday chart. This I wanted to make my nature corner, but I don't have things for a nature corner. I wanted more science corner than a nature corner. Something hands-on like a sensory box or tweezers, magnifying glass. I wanted something like that. This board I got made for me. So it holds my Jollyphonics, my big books, and we were teaching those sounds, so those are still up. This used to be my ability groups, but I took it off and then I put how to wash hands, how to clean, things like that. That is my plant. I wanted some greenery in my class, but I want to hang it up. Over here we got rules. This rules, did I buy this rules or did I get it for free? I didn't know, but it does come from Teachers by Teachers. That is the rules over there. This used to be my life skills, but the one was damaged, so I had to take it off. So this held my life skills. This also came with that pack that I bought, and this I could edit. So I edit the formation. Can you see the word 2 and 3? It's spelled, the formation is properly. So I love this. Here again, I got, because this is where I do my maths. I have my maths flashcards hanging over there, so it's easy to access. This a dear colleague of mine gave me, so there was 6. This is what we use when we're on the carpet. Some of my posters fell off, so it's over there. And then I got a testing board. If we do assessments, my children normally did assessments, and you see I have assessment boards. It also used to be bees, because everything was bees. And then we're back at the front. Oh, on top, this is my absolutely favorite. We say it every day. I think this was also a freebie. The more you practice, the better you'll get, and treat others the way you want to be treated. So I love those 2 posters. That is my B, grade 1B. This is my callbacks. This is my go-to every day. We absolutely love macaroni and cheese. Everybody freeze. The first ones, I use this callbacks all the time. And this is how my children need to do their work. So my other poster set was they fell off. This is how my children do their work. And then we're back at my calendar. So that is my classroom. If there's anything else you'd like to know about my classroom, that used to be work worth buzzing about. So I'd put the art activities up there. But my flowers fell off. That flower's still on. And it's no more buzzing because we're not bees, but I haven't gotten around to do that either. So that is my classroom. It's a bit messy, but I thought I'll show you. A lot of things are not done yet due to COVID-19, but that is how I set up. Thank you for joining me in my classroom.